Today's episode of the Nerd Soup Podcast is brought to you by SKILLSHARE, and the first 1,000 people who click the link in our description box below will receive a 1-month free trial to SKILLSHARE. If you've listened to our podcast before, you'll know SKILLSHARE is one of our favorite websites to talk about because of how valuable it is for creators, both new and veteran creators alike. A membership to SKILLSHARE will give you access to thousands of courses taught by real-life creators for anyone who wants to hone their skills or learn new skills entirely. They provide courses in Adobe products like After Effects and Premiere Pro, and they also have courses in photography or video editing, and even courses that focus on simpler things like hobbies and fun things to do. It's also great for those looking to build a brand around themselves or a small business. SKILLSHARE has dozens of courses in branding, such as logo design and website building, and so much more. There are also courses that will help you unleash your creativity, such as this course taught by Thomas Frank, Productivity for Creatives. Build a system that brings out your best. Thomas Frank outlines the keys to maximizing your productivity while working in a digital space, providing tips and lessons on how to balance all the elements that go into being a modern content creator. Also, remember, the first 1,000 people who click the link in our description box below will receive a 1-month free trial to SKILLSHARE. So don't wait. Be one of the first 1,000 people to click that link. And like I just said, you'll get a free trial. Free stuff. Who doesn't love that? And you can also learn something.
I don't know what to do with it.
All right, just keep it there. I'm not going to eat it. Just souvenir.
You just gave him gum?
I was done with it, and I didn't have anywhere to put it.
That is disgusting.
Yeah, just put it on top of my coffee. And
I can't even stand when people do that to their own coffee. I knew Sicko. Was that Joe Napoleon used to chew Sprite and put it in his water to give his water some flavor?
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I used to know some sicko that would put the chewed gum in his water to give the water a little minty flavor. That was Joe Napoleon,
because you said
right?
Sprite, because it was like...
Oh, okay.
Like, ooh.
Sprite in his
Chewed
water.
Sprite?
No. That sounds like some hardcore shit.
But I do love chewing gum, like minty gum, and drinking cold water. You guys like that? I fucking love that.
I hate it.
I love that.
Actually I do like. For some reason that feels very refreshing.
Right? Doesn't it?
Yeah, it
you
does.
feel like you're on top of the world.
Yeah.
Like you're Mount Everest.
It's like water from the Fountain of Youth for some reason.
Right. Like
You
that's
found
a
it.
specialist of special water.
Right.
That's just...
Straight out of God's bum.
Yeah.
That's where water comes from, right?
His bum?
Yeah, God's magical bum.
No, that's snow. He pisses the water.
He pisses the water, right?
Mm-hmm. So what's
I thought
his
the
poo?
snow was something else, but same hose.
What's his dookie sauce?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Nerd Soup Podcast. I am Bo Oliver, joining you today with Aaron the Nerd Soup Monkey and Nash, and we are here to talk about the world of Hollywood. We've got some trailers to react to, we've got some news about movies that are going to be filming, and we've got some award ceremonies that happened, and they came and they went, and we've got some winners. Listen to the podcast, of course, on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Buzzsprout. Get all the links there. And also follow us on social media at Nerd Soup, Bo Soup, Nerd Soup Monkey, Anthony JQ Nash. Also, our polls, Dark Knight region, well underway.
He's cooking. Daddy's cooking.
Yeah, he's stuck with it.
You know, I gotta tip the hat. He's going. I didn't think he was gonna make it this far. It's only like what, day 4, day 5?
Oh, it was a guest on Rachel Maddow. I knew she wouldn't do anything like that.
Oh,
Why are you simping for Rachel Maddow?
Dude, she's good at her job. But I knew it wasn't her at first. I just thought it may be someone on her staff or like on her blog, but it was a guest on her show. Good in show. What
Well, also, we've got the winners, like I've mentioned.
Of the polls?
So, just wanted to give a quick breakdown on the winners. The Dark Knight, obviously, beat Superman Returns. Huge matchup between Batman Returns and The Incredibles 2. That was decided by 0.2 percentage points.
really?
Yeah, 8-9 matchup.
Who won that?
Batman Returns.
Batman
They didn't even
Returns.
announce the winner. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I thought you were building up some anticipation there, and you did a
I was
great
ready
job.
to go to the next race. And, separated by 0.2.
disappointed in the Snyder cult so far. So I'm trying to fuck with Teddy's poll by getting... Remember like the
Collusion!
Remember in The Dark Knight when the other bad guys get the Joker to kill Batman, they finally let him do it, and it turns out bad on them? That's kind of like what I'm doing here, reaching out for the Snyder cult just to help me defeat Teddy. And it's not working. So now I just...
Well, hold up. Let's get through the winners before we jump to today's matchup, which I thought was going to be a bit tighter. Hey, I gave Batman that 9 seed, and it's totally disappointed me. Days of Future Past, 5th seed, went up against Ant-Man, 12th seed. Days of Future Past cleared that pretty easily. Black Panther went up against Ant-Man and the Wasp. Black Panther won that. Thor Ragnarok versus The Crow, Aaron's favorite. Thor Ragnarok pulled that one out. The newcomer, Batman, The Batman, starring Robert Pattinson versus Iron Man 3. Sorry, Iron Man 3, of course, the Batman's taking that out.
Bobby Pat.
Batman Begins went up against X-Men First Class. We had Batman Begins come out on top there. And we had The Incredibles versus Captain Marvel. No contest there for Captain Marvel. I'm excited for the possibility of Batman Begins and the Batman meeting down the road. I don't know if Batman Begins can take out The Incredibles, so that's a tough matchup.
Oh, yeah.
That is very tough.
Yeah, but like Aaron said, today we have, what are the matchups today? We're doing the Into the Spider-Verse region. So Spider-Verse is taking on Thor, absolutely killing Thor, 94% to 6%. And Batman v Superman versus Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange at 79%, Batman v Superman at 21%.
I try my best. That's a hard, I mean...
You think Zack Snyder's Justice League gets more love?
Yes.
In their matchup?
It's a better movie. I think people, besides like the Snyder cult, don't think favorably of Batman versus Superman. I just thought,
dude, you'd be surprised how many critics on Letterboxd have come around on Batman v Superman. Not even the cultists.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of critics that I respect and that I really like their writing give really solid explanations as to why the movie's good.
I like it more than
you like it.
Yeah. I don't think it's what most people. It's what those people think, but like I still think it's pretty solid. My least favorite argument for that movie is watch the extended version. The extended version adds nothing to that fucking movie.
No, I think that actually...
As someone who like thinks favorably of the movie.
I think the extended version is actually worse. I think it just works better, a bit more condensed. It's already a long movie. The extended version brings it to 3 hours. But I thought with Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange is a tricky one. People either like it or they don't like it. It's not really beloved or hated. So I thought maybe Batman v Superman would put up a better fight here.
You think it has more to do with Doctor Strange or people just not liking BVS?
I think it may just be, it just has Doctor Strange, so people just vote Doctor Strange.
So, Multiverse of Madness is about to be
right.
sick.
Yeah, like I loved him in Infinity War.
Is there any upsets at all? Or is this just clear cut?
No, so far there's been no upsets. The closest one was Batman Returns versus Incredibles 2, which would have been a 9/8.
Will we see any upsets? I feel like we're cruising here. This seems like...
No, I don't think with first round upsets, man, because when it comes to these movies, and especially our audience, they skewed more towards the Marvel stuff.
Right.
And like I said, some of these lower seeds, they're just not as beloved, even though they are good, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What else is left in this bracket or this region?
Let's see, what else do we have in this region?
Also to make sure to follow me to get any prizes.
No.
Iron Man versus The Dark Knight Rises is coming up at 6.
That should be... I think
Dark Knight Rises is a sleeper here. It's got low seating.
Well, it's got the Dark Knight name. It's got the name.
Right.
I think people think that movie's way better than it is. I think Iron Man probably should win that, but...
Bo is always working, man. I mean, go back and listen to the last pod, get those numbers up. I respect the fuck out of you, man. I respect the fuck out of you.
telling them to retweet
that or, you know.
You're so impressed by this plan.
I like it. I like it. Get the numbers up, man.
They call me Bo Belichick.
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
Can't win without Teddy.
Teddy's.
What I wanted to say before, too,
Christ.
I know that you want to, collude this whole thing with Teddy, but I don't think you need to do anything. I think you just need to let this play out, and Teddy will start to fizzle.
He's already like.
I don't think you need to do anything.
He's already like hasn't stick to the schedule.
He made the Saturday schedule.
Yeah,
Saturday. I liked it. It was kind of like Saturday. The ratings.
Yeah, right.
The 12 and 5.
No, I mean, it wasn't. We weren't supposed to take a day break. We were supposed to get right into it.
Yeah.
Yesterday, he just, I don't know, just crapped out, I guess.
So you don't have to do anything.
I was like, Teddy didn't tweet anything, huh?
Yeah,
all right, we'll give him Sunday off.
That's what he's going to do. He's going to retroactively fix his mental lapses by saying, oh, no, new schedule for this week, even though he missed the past 2 days. It's like, no, I didn't miss it. I just didn't put the schedule out yet.
Yeah, so the 4 seed coming up this week, we have the Suicide Squad taking on M. Night Shyamalan's Unbreakable. Tough seeding for Unbreakable, but again, as critically acclaimed and beloved as Unbreakable is, I don't think our audience is sending Unbreakable past the first round, regardless of the seeding here. Lego Batman is going up against Blade 2. That's a 6 and 11 matchup. Spider-Man 2 is going up against Teen Titans Go. That's 3-14. The original X-Men at the 7th seed is going up against Birds of Prey at the 10th seed. And then No Way Home, 2 seed, going up against Aquaman.
Which Joker ranked?
Joker's not in this.
Why not?
Not a superhero movie.
Good call.
Yeah.
Very good call.
The only reason why I thought about that, because I wondered what it was considered, because you said Unbreakable. I'm like, oh, it's split in here? But then you can argue that's not a superhero movie. And Glass just sucks, so I don't think it would even be in there regardless.
Yeah, Split I wouldn't call a superhero movie. Be more like a horror thriller. Yeah. Unbreakable, I had to put it on there. It's such a superhero movie. And Glass is not good enough, so I didn't really have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it might be in cahoots with the superheroes, but not like the Joker. Good call
Joker
by you and
is
Teddy.
too... There's no superheroes in it. He's not really a super villain. He's just a bad guy. And it's like calling Taxi Driver a superhero movie.
Good point.
Or The King of Comedy.
You're on a roll.
What else did he rip off? All right, you guys want to move to the first topic? Like I said, we will announce the winner in the middle of the podcast, but we're going to the first topic. The Boys Season 3 trailer. Good trailer. Actually, great trailer. I think the way that this was cut, the choice of music, not giving us too much, giving these flashes of moments that I think are going to be hilarious. Did you see that moment where A-Train does the Kendall Jenner commercial? You remember the Kendall Jenner Pepsi commercial?
With the Pepsi, yep.
So they parodied that in The Boys.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
I watched.
Have you seen season 1 and 2?
I watched a couple episodes only at like a friend's house. I thought
this
it was
is one
hilarious.
You definitely need to get into.
Yes, it's very funny.
Yeah.
It's so out of my or so I should say in my not the cliche superhero.
It's up your lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Invincible
Nash
kind of reminds
Drive.
me. Yeah. Not that, stupid. Oh, there's trouble. I'm going to save it. Oh, I saved it. There's the movie. Credits.
You want a job? Feige's about to hire you.
I'm down. I need a job at this
Did you
point.
say they save it at the end? Interesting.
The heroes win.
No, I mean, it was a very good trailer. I think, like, looking ahead into this year, I mean, The Boys, something like I even forget about sometimes when we think about, like, Amazon's Lord of the Rings and House of Dragon. It's like, yeah, The Boys is coming back. And it feels like a while. I think, what is it, 2 years now since the last season? Or maybe a year and a half? Definitely an extended break due to COVID.
It was 2020, right?
Yeah,
it was summer 2020, I think. Or maybe fall. Yeah, it's hard to remember.
Yeah,
so much going on.
Everything like with a show like that, there's such a surprise from season 1.
Yeah, it was fall 2020.
And for season 2 to kind of match that, I think the momentum going into a season 3, like this can make or break the series. Maybe not break it, but like if they pull out another solid season in season 3, it's like, okay, this is one of the better shows like maybe ever, or at least that Amazon has. Because you kind of see that some shows fall off. I just finished the latest season of Marvelous Miss Maisel, and it wasn't
good?
It was still good, but like there are a couple character decisions and the way where they took the character. There was just like really no point, I felt like, to that season. Definitely it was very mid, to say what Ted likes to say. But like that doesn't ruin the show for me. Like I still think it's a very good show.
What a weird guy you are.
And one of my favorites. But like if you bring that momentum and have another good season, that's when you start to say, like, oh, this show is fucking special. So
no, I mean, season 2 was so popular. Those numbers, it was one of the most streamed shows of that year. So I get what you're saying when you're saying it can make it or break it. It's not break it into obscurity, but it could make it into one of the premier shows on television, a classic, an iconic show. Man, there's so much that they have to flesh out with these characters. I feel like there's so much meat left on the bones of these characters, where we're just scratching the surface, especially with this sicko that is Homelander. How is he going to deal with the fractured Seven? Obviously, Vought is facing so much pressure, public pressure from the boys. These new characters that they're bringing in, apparently they're going to explore a second team. So there are multiple teams. It's not just the Seven. The Seven may be the premier team. I'm talking to you like you know this shit. Nash is like, yes,
I get the gist of it.
Yeah, right. It's like, they're people in costumes, idiot. I know what you're talking about.
I'm just picturing shit in my head. Right. I'm making out my own show.
So the world is going to grow. Like I said, bringing in this new team, bringing in these new characters, and even bringing in characters that have existed in this world in a past time. It's Jensen Ackles, the dude from Supernatural, Teddy's boy, who was playing their equivalent of...
That's low-key one of the funniest parts of this podcast, when I was like...
Said he never remembers their names.
But no, it was like, I tried to liken, like, Teddy's Marissa to more comics... Like Teddy to Supernatural's Marissa in comics. Like, yeah, but except Teddy knows nothing about Supernatural.
Yeah, he's always squirming on his phone. He's like, wait a minute. He's got all his tabs open. The tall guy, right? The tall guy?
I know who that is.
Yeah, of course. That's and then he gets it wrong. So many good actors now in this show. With you kind of forget about Giancarlo Esposito there as Stan Edgar. Stan Edgar's still in the mix of things. The Congresswoman, Victoria Newman, her character, what the fuck is going on there? And what they tease in the beginning of this trailer, Billy the Butcher. What?
Yeah.
He's he got something going on there? He got infected or something? He's been dabbling in some stuff?
I don't know if
It depends on how that's going to play out. That could be really stupid and ridiculous. But man, when he had that last shot with him and Homelander, I'm so ready for another scene between those two.
I feel like I'd rather him be like the dark, fucked up Batman. Or like Batman's fucked up too, but like in that different way. You know, because I always said, like, when we talk about Attack on Titan, I always thought it might be like come full circle where Levi might have to inherit a Titan, something that he hates. Now he is one of them. Kind of like the same thing with Butcher, but I just like Butcher on that other side so much. Unless they do it right, and it is something like, it is like they're going deep into you becoming the thing you hate. And like, you know, that kind of way, but
right. And I know they've changed so much from the comics. I imagine this is something that does happen in the comics eventually with his character. And there's so many different things that I've heard about where the story goes on the written page that they, you know, I don't know if they're going to go in some of those directions. The characters are obviously different now. You know, George R. R. Martin always talked about the butterfly effect with his books and the HBO show. This isn't butterfly effect. This is the T-Rex effect. You know, things have shifted completely. But I think it's like you said, it could kind of catapult this show into more minds, into, you know, have a bigger place in the zeitgeist if this is a season that, like season 1 and season 2, can keep up that quality. It's amazing that you need like 3 or 4 seasons, just 3 or 4 banger seasons to get to the Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad level. Like, look at Westworld.
Look at Stranger Things. You look at Stranger Things, I'll look at Westworld.
Yeah, exactly. We could just trade them.
And Stranger Things wasn't even bad, like in the subsequent seasons, but they weren't like as good. Like, they didn't capture people like season 1 did.
Right, yeah. And Stranger Things was one of those season 1s where it became that type of show just off of that first season, and then they've never really kind of recaptured it.
Yeah.
They never kind of brought back the magic.
Yeah.
But Succession, I think Succession, this past season 3, we may see, if season 4 is also great, that a lot of people are going to hop on that bandwagon. Because I've even hearing people say on the internet, watch Righteous Gemstones, it's going to be like Succession, where you're going to be making up for lost time because everyone else is watching this show.
No, Succession is one of those shows with like 3 banging seasons, and they need like one more, and they can get up in that top tier show of, like, you know, the Game of Thrones, you know, Sopranos, and it's got a shot.
It really does. It really does. That's a show that I always want to rewatch, man.
Yeah.
I fucking love that show.
It's just
such a comfort show.
It seems like we're doing the Succession podcast here, the way I want to talk about it, but just there's no better character dynamic between Greg and Tom in any show that I've ever watched in my life. It's hilarious.
Dude, I was laughing to myself the other day about Tom at Kendall's party and just the way that he's like his mood just slowly descends into just like an existential crisis. He's like, why isn't anybody happy? So people are supposed to be happy here. It's a party. It's amazing.
I actually thought, because, why can't I remember her name?
Jerry?
Fuck. No, not
Snook?
You think I remember? I'll forever forget Jerry's name. Come on. Connor's wife or girlfriend.
She's such a forgettable character. She sucks. She sucks.
She's gotten better.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, she's in Miss Maisel, and I was like, and I saw her in the next season. I'm like, oh shit! And then she looks like she had a blonde wig on, a completely different. Like, where do I know her from?
Willa.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm like, holy shit, that's Connor's wife in Succession.
What did she say to his proposal? Maybe.
Yeah, she's fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
She said fuck it.
Yeah. Just one meme that I saw too the other day was when they're in court and they're talking about the emails that Tom sends to Greg, and you got to crack a few Gregs to make some Tomlets.
You sent him 67 emails with the title.
2 hours. He's like, I guess it was a joke.
Son, I literally lost my shit when they asked him. They're like, do you know Greg? And he's like, no. They're like, no, Tom? No? It's amazing.
Yeah.
And then he's trying to act like he was doing it on purpose to make Logan look better. He's an incredible man. Arguably the best character on the show. So many good characters.
Even at the end of season 3 and going into season 4, like the moves he made, it's like, I see you, Tom.
Yeah, no, he played his cards right. All right, speaking of playing your cards right, Denis Villeneuve has talked about his plans for Dune Part 2, and apparently it's going to begin filming this summer. His script is finished. So he's done with all the writing. He's got the story down. And he obviously talked about what part 2 is going to focus on, saying that there's going to be more Harkonnen stuff, more focus on the villains. He's obviously set the groundwork for this world, so, you could get into these characters, what's motivating them, explore some of your themes further. And he also hinted that it could be a trilogy, that eventually he may adapt Dune Messiah years down the road. He said that he would want to wait until... Chalamet's a little bit older, since the character is also older in Dune Messiah. But obviously, it's so early, and Dune is still a franchise where I wouldn't be surprised if Dune Part 2 came out and flopped, even with the success of the first one, because you just never know. Audiences can be fickle.
Did you see Grimes?
Yeah, that was
her to Lady Jessica and Kyle. Was that the name, right? Is that how it's pronounced?
I think it's a form of Kyle.
Okay.
Right.
As Paul Atreides.
Yeah. She said she watched it and she was like, I just, I knew my son would have to go through all the same things.
It's like watching Batman. It's like, I'm kind of like Batman in a way. When it's like, no, you're not. Parents are still alive. Not a billionaire. No fighting skill. No IQ. It's like, no, you're not the character of the movie you just watched. You might like to be, but...
But for her to say it that way, like I watched the movie and thought to myself, my son's going to have to go through all of that. It's...
What a fucking quack.
Yeah, like you're cooked.
Yeah.
Like,
you were shot.
That's not even like a... Like, I believe that you believe that, what she was saying.
Like, they're just like me for real meme, but...
No, it's like...
a million times worse.
Yes, exactly.
See, the thing is, whenever you're engaged with like a really good show, sometimes you'll... act the
course.
show out like sometimes, but
I've been doing the Pattinson Batman walk all week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
walking in there like I'm in the club
Succession.
looking for
You know how
answers.
many times I tried to kill my father?
oh my god, you gonna admit that on air?
Well, it's a joke.
Well,
Coming for you, Dad.
motherfucker.
Sleep with one eye
We have a
open,
friend
pops.
that he was heavily into The Sopranos, and as soon as I walked, as soon as I walked into the door, oh, shut the fucking door! Oh! And as soon as I walked in, I closed the door the opposite way, walked out.
Me and my roommate in college, we didn't even finish the first season of Mad Men, by the way, but we watched the first 2 episodes, and like all of a sudden we're like smoking cigarettes inside while watching Mad Men. We're gonna get glass bottles and put like whiskey in them and everything like that. Didn't last long. We couldn't really get into the show, but we were like Don Draper for a good 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's very funny when you see somebody start to turn into the show.
It's so fucking
We're all
funny,
guilty
man.
of it, though.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We're all guilty.
When I was watching Sherlock for the first time, I was walking around like I had a mind palace. It's like, every deduction, I see everything. That's my curse.
I would try to find things on people, be like, oh.
Don't look at me.
What you're trying to say is
how was that Whopper from the catch-up you
recently
have?
Picked up guitar, huh? How'd you know that? Oh, I could see the calluses on your fingers.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's from an episode of Psych, actually. You see calluses on someone's fingers.
Yeah, so apparently Grimes was fired from Dune Part 2. Or no, just Dune Part 1. She was signed up to be an influencer for the movie. She was going to promote it on her socials, and then she was fired.
Grimes?
Yeah, no, that's she confirmed that herself.
I don't even know who Grimes is, to be honest, so I think it's a bad choice, or would have been.
Yeah, she's a musician. She's married to Elon Musk.
I know that aspect.
Oh.
I thought they were broken up, and apparently they're having a second baby.
Yeah, this, like I said, her comments about watching the movie and her son and Lady Jessica, and then her being signed up to do this and then being fired. She actually, I kind of love this woman. She's like living a hilarious life. Like her child's got a stupid name. Yeah, she's a character. What do you guys think about the prospect of Dune Part 2 shooting this summer and being released in a few years? It's coming up.
Few years?
Well, you have to imagine maybe 2023, 2024, possibly.
Yeah.
Depending on how long the production runs.
No, I mean, I'm definitely excited. Like you said, I feel like it's kind of died down a little. Obviously, that's natural for it to die down, but, it
wasn't a huge mega hit,
I know. That was disappointing.
But, Mission Impossible, how long does that stay on the brain when those movies come out? They make their cool 600, 700 million, and then Tom Cruise goes on and indoctrinates some unlucky souls into his cult.
I think by the time
we all brush it off and
Yeah, I think by the time they get, like, obviously the promotional push when part 2 is going to come, I think more and more people will come.
Wait, are we doing this for Dune 2 already? We did all the complaining about the marketing for Dune 1. We're already complaining about the lack of marketing.
No, I said once the marketing comes
So, yeah,
around,
it's
I
died
think
down.
you'll definitely see it come alive a little. But like you said, for that movie to be as good as it was, like trying to, with all the hype around it, I think that's a success on its own. And obviously with the HBO Max and the COVID situation and the dual release, that affected the box office. So I don't. Have they ever released those numbers?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell like how popular it really was, but we're in this vacuum of film Twitter where obviously it's popular in our circles, but I wonder how it grabbed the general audience. And it didn't do bad considering what other movies were being released at that time and what they made considering the circumstances. So I mean, obviously, like I'm excited, and it's gonna win Best Picture at the Oscars.
Wow.
No, it won't.
It's so funny though.
Coda
A movie like La La Land comes out and makes $400 million. It's like, whoa, this is a massive hit. Dune makes $400 million. It's a success.
Yeah.
It's just the blockbuster game.
Yeah.
But for me, I guess at this point I don't care because I'm getting what I want. I'm getting Dune Part 2. So the book is going to be adapted into 2 parts. You can mash those 2 parts together, and there you go. Dune adaptation. I imagine Part 2, the guy hasn't missed yet. So Part 2, like he said, it's going to be less dialogue, more imagery, more visuals, exploring the world of Dune. And that's what he's the best at. He's so good at visual storytelling.
How long do you think it's going to be?
I hope it's 3 hours plus.
Yeah, it's got to be 3.
I think at this point, because it is a sequel, obviously you have that benefit that you can go a little bit longer now. People know what they're getting into. They're familiar with the world, so you're not selling it anymore.
The thing that you said before was that the first one was kind of like setting the ground, the floor work, or whatever the expression is.
Foundation.
Yeah, foundation, correct. But now you can get other celebrities, top-notch actresses. I mean, you're already working on Florence coming in, which if she is locked in, I'm going to see day one because she is.
Don't do that.
She is smoking. And, I mean, Bobby Pat said he wants to be involved in this. If you can get some star power to get into the second one, I mean, why not?
Dude, I think Pattinson would be the better... They said that they tested Harry Styles. I think Harry Styles just overshadows the movie too much. You can't put him opposite Chalamet. They've got like the same vibes.
Was it Austin Butler or did that die down?
That's a rumor. I think that's more of a rumor. Pattinson, don't do that.
Okay. Don't put a push pin in front of me if I'm not going to play with it.
I didn't put that there. You did.
Did you take that push pin over there? Was it the one over there?
I think Pattinson, for that role, I would prefer Pattinson. I think Austin Butler would be a good choice as well. He's got the look. Everyone wants Barry Keoghan. He's got the look as well. But Pattinson, to me, is a guy who you can hide him in your cast, but still sell that Pattinson's in it. He's not going to overshadow Chalamet. I don't think that there's any worry there, but we'll see. It's still up in the air. But like Nash said, you can bring in some. If you brought in Pattinson and Florence Pugh,
just that alone,
right? Yeah, I think that would be a smart way to go.
I mean, I'm sure you could find time with Batman and that as well. But brings up another point. When do you think people are going to get sick of Pattinson?
Never.
I'm not there. Like I don't.
I think that already happened though.
Yeah, but again, because it seems like every day there's a new Pattinson story out about him doing something or saying something like wacky, and I can already see people like kind of getting annoyed by that. I think it's great. I think he's like a kind of cool dude.
There's still so many people out there who dislike him because of Twilight.
Yeah.
That I don't think that we'll see that turn just yet. You have to turn all those other people, and then it will start to go in the other direction, where he's overrated, he's quirky for the sake of being quirky, he's not that good looking, he's this, he's that, he's that. But right now, there's still so many Sparkle Bat. I don't like Sparkle Bat.
I've never really seen much of that.
Is that what they're calling him? Sparkle Bat?
Yeah. No, there's not much of it, but I think it's still out there, and I think it's there for a lot of casual fans. I hate to use that word, but the person who's going to the theater 3 or 4 times a year, not even, like to Saul Hill. What has Saul Hill seen Pattinson in over the last 10 years? Nothing.
No, it's yeah.
Probably just Batman if he goes to see the Batman. His only familiarity with Pattinson is Twilight, and I think for a lot of people that's still there.
It wasn't even Twilight. It was Cedric Diggory.
Cedric Diggory.
That's how they know Pattinson.
Yeah.
That's
You didn't
my
see-
boy.
You didn't see The Lighthouse?
What was the other movie he was in? Where he was
Your 8-year-old cousin.
Good time.
No, the one on Netflix that it came out where he was a preacher.
Oh, yeah. The devil all the time.
Delusions.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about Remember Me.
Oh, okay. Another good movie. Yeah, no, it's just that's what brought him onto the
Do you know
the
Remember
spotlight.
Me, or was it?
Yeah, isn't that the 9/11 movie?
Yes.
Yeah. My dad was in 9/11, by the way, so I don't laugh about that.
As you giggle.
No, I think what both said, that just breaking onto the scene with Twilight really, I don't want to say affects him, but it's kind of the stereotype that he's going to have throughout his whole career. And I think it went from him just being undervalued to, are you still laughing?
Thinking of your dad.
The story?
It's happening. What's going on? It's like, holy shit, is that Robert Pattinson?
Oh,
Slick.
you think I could get up there to ask him for an autograph, Slick?
It's a big-time actor over here. Christian Bale.
I think just from him, just it seemed like he went from the girly guy that all the guys hate to now he belongs to the men. So if he could go from both genders, and now it kind of is like he's got the girls back with Batman, I feel like the girls,
No, the Batman was the perfect role to play because women do love Batman.
They do.
They do. They love the man dressed in black. He's depressed. He's fighting people with his hands.
Especially this one, the emo Batman.
Yeah. No, there's a lot for the girls and the gals.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys and the gals.
Yeah.
There's just something for everything
Any
when it comes
gender.
to Pattinson's Batman. Right. Yeah. Don't want to limit that. Dune Messiah is such an absurd fucking book. It works, though. It really does wrap up Paul Atreides' story. If that movie gets made with a $200 million budget, Denis Villeneuve has won at life. That is, talk about Dune being unfilmable. What happens in Messiah, for casual fans, for mainstream audiences to put them through that, it needs to happen, dude. Desperately needs to happen.
Just two things with this movie that need to happen: more worms, more Dave Bautista.
Oh, you want more worms and Bautista?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the two
Batista
things.
riding a worm.
If that happens, I will scream at the top of my lungs.
yeah,
in
so
a
So
movie
Bronx
theater.
just thinks her kid's Jesus, huh?
Something like that. He's going to be ended. Yeah, I'm not going to say it. No, that's going to get cut if I say it.
What?
Because what we were talking about in the beginning of this podcast on a certain man,
God?
not God, kind of the opposite of God.
Oh, Hitler?
Yeah. I'd say, she thinks her kid is going to be God. He's going to end up like the next.
We can argue
Hitler.
Paul Atreides is...
Well, yeah, wait for part 2.
All right.
He's a complicated man, to say the least.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm not reading the book, so I'll wait for the movie. I'm not even going to pretend to be like Teddy. I'll go listen to audio book.
That's a good Teddy.
Yeah.
Couldn't really understand him. Low, rumbling.
I used to be his translator for a while. Because my dad would be like,
He used
what
the
the fuck is he saying?
And he used the,
He just wants to know where the bathroom is.
again, like with the polls, he's going to change, his intention throughout. It's like, no, I'll only listen to half because I don't want the whole movie spoiled.
Yeah, right. Right. Imagine audiobooks with Teddy's voice reading you the book.
Kid can't even read.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
You know how many times during the audiobook you're going to hear him typing and have Siri speak to him?
Yo, why the fuck did I make these words so fucking difficult? Fucking bullshit.
Next topic. Let's move on here. We're going to the 2022 BAFTA Film Awards. So yeah, I guess that was last night. And there were a couple of award shows. There was the Critic Choice Awards. There was the Directors Guild, where Jane Campion won big. Power of the Dog won Best Movie. She won Best Director.
Not a good look for her, but...
No, she got into a little bit of hot water, but we're going to the BAFTAs. So, big winner, Best Film was The Power of the Dog. It's funny that they do Outstanding British Film. I guess it is the BAFTAs. So, they gave it to Belfast. Film not in an English language, that went to Drive My Car. Animated film was Encanto. Director, once again, The Power of the Dog. Original screenplay went to Paul Thomas Anderson. Adapted screenplay went to Coda. That's a big win, man. Coda was such a delightful movie. You guys see
They're
that
coming
yet?
on strong.
No, I've not.
I'm like doing all...
Streaming on anything?
Apple.
Apple.
Okay. So I'll need passwords and logins.
This is Teddy. Usually hear in the audiobook.
Spaceship.
Oh yeah, so Paul drives the spaceship.
Oh no! Oh,
Damn,
you're zinging him right now.
That's out of love.
Well deserved.
Leading actor Will Smith took it home for King Richard. Supporting actress was Ariana DeBose for West Side Story. Supporting actor was Tony Kotzer. Great performance, man. And yeah, they had some technical awards like cinematography. Dune won for that. Editing was No Time to Die. They do a casting award, which is really cool. I think the Oscars should do that. West Side Story.
Really?
And Hans Zimmer won for original score. What?
Like the whole casting as a whole?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of skill that goes into casting.
No. Like West Side Story 1 casting?
Yes, it did.
Because I can think of like... No, never mind.
Okay.
No, go ahead and say it. But don't be afraid.
What's the Ansel Elgort thing? Maybe they didn't cast... And he wasn't even that good in the movie. That aside, so...
Maybe that's what the award is for, that they casted him and they still managed to skate through all these award seasons.
It's a good point.
And award shows.
That should be an award. PR. What movie had the best PR?
Yeah. Or, they should do like a category. It's like an actor who got outed as a pervert. They could fill up those slots every fucking year. Yeah.
Every year.
Up it to 15.
I would love to bet on that. I'm sorry. There's money to be made on that.
No, I've said that before, that I've like got celebrities in my mind that I know are going to be canceled. I could just, my guts tell me that I just stray away from certain celebrities.
Is there one you could share?
No, I don't, Jeremy Renner.
Really?
Dune also won for production design. Awesome.
Yeah.
The production design for Dune. Special effects, Dune won. British short film was The Black Cop, so if anybody wants to check out a British short film. Lashana Lynch won the Rising Star Award.
Real riveting with a British short film.
Yeah, the British short film.
They probably have a weird name for it, too.
Like a nickname for a British short film?
Yeah, they probably say something like
a punky. Like something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Trying to watch
That's
a punky?
punky.
Yeah.
No, it's always cool. Like these awards going up to Oscars kind of gives you a sense of what might happen when the big show comes around. The BAFTAs, yeah, they confuse me because it's a British show. So, like you said, with everything, it's a best British film and non-British, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, Belfast.
I don't hate that, honestly. It's their award show. They can do what they want.
No, I don't. No complaints here. But we always lump in. That's why it's like foreign language and not just like foreign film, because we always kind of lump in America and Western studios to be like just a whole entity separate from everything else, which is stupid, by the way. Yeah, Drive My Car winning best international or foreign language film. I wish that would be more of like a surprise, or some anticipation going into the Oscars, like who's gonna win, Worst Person in the World or Drive My Car. I have two great films, I love them both, which one's gonna edge which one out? And then it's like, well, Drive My Car because it's the only one nominated for Best Picture. So
yeah, it's never going to go the other way because the voters are very predictable. If it's nominated for Best Picture, it's going to win Best International Film. It always happens.
A lot of fucking steam. And has there been a Best Picture that have solely, did it have a theatrical release? It had to have, right, with the Oscar rules?
Maybe? Yeah, probably.
But what a fucking win for Apple TV. If they get a Best Picture winner.
A lot of people on film Twitter seem to be upset with all the momentum that Coda is building. I think Coda, it wasn't in my top 10, but it was fucking close. It was right outside my top 10, and it was a delightful film. These people need to get over themselves. Your award ceremony, just look at some of the movies that have won Best Picture. People just need to relax. Maybe I need to relax because I'm the one getting worked up.
Both sides
I would
need to relax.
I would love Coda to win Best Picture. Now that the fact that it can piss off all the snobs, that makes me like it even more.
Did they have a host here?
I don't think so.
So
I think these are very they're British. They're fancier, more classy.
Did they have Ricky Gervais?
Yeah, no.
Did you hear Amy Schumer joke she was going to tell, but they said she couldn't on the Oscars?
Yeah, it was horrible, though. It wasn't even a good joke.
It was a terrible joke.
She's like, I'm going to push the envelope with that?
The BAFTA should learn, the Oscars should learn not to do a host. And especially the three that you picked.
Well, they backpedal on the cutting the categories? They're staying firm on that.
I think they're standing firm. Yeah.
What was the question?
Watch viewership go down again for another year.
What are we, 2 weeks out? Not even?
27th.
I
can't wait to
do
tell-
something for that together.
Can't wait to tell all my family and
You guys
friends.
want to watch the Oscars together?
I totally would.
I'll watch the Oscars. I watch it every year and drink wine and live tweet it. So if you guys
I'm
are-
usually there with you.
You are.
We usually get together and do that.
But
I'll probably be high in my room playing video games.
I can't wait to tell my family and friends, you're going to watch the Oscars this year? For them to be like, no. Like, wait, did you hear?
They're cutting out,
They cut out these categories. Like, okay, cool.
Right, yeah, they're going to be like, that means nothing to me.
I'll see who won in the morning, I guess.
Like, is Eminem performing at halftime?
You know what I would love?
He did once.
Yeah, he did, right?
Yeah, at the Oscars. He randomly did Lose Yourself.
I would
No,
love
was
like
nominated.
No. He did like an anniversary.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't show up when he won.
yeah, he was home watching with his daughter, right?
It was the producer of the instrumental in a Detroit Pistons like triple X jersey. He
was
runs
it?
up on stage.
Ben Wallace.
He's not really that big. Maybe Ben Wallace.
Rodney
yeah.
Stuckey.
Dude, Lindsey Hunter.
Oh, Lindsey Hunter, good
Great
one.
defender.
Yeah.
What a solid
Hard-nosed.
team those early 2000s teams were. It's all around.
The Pistons teams?
Yeah.
Yeah, hey man, they beat Kobe and Shaq in their fucking primes.
No stars, but I mean, the 1 through 10, they're going to get in your fucking face.
I was so happy when Ben Wallace got in the Hall of Fame.
Well
just like-
deserved, too. A lot of people were saying no. You know what I would like to see? And I probably shouldn't have cut you off to say this idea, but they should do all the awards with the Oscars, but have in the background the whole time on the screen the best picture in a bracket like what we're doing and just eliminate like after every kind of like certain amount
I don't hate that.
and kind of cut it down. So let's say that Coda beat out West Side Story. And, well, West Side. But the thing that I could counter my own idea is that probably the actors and actresses and the production team behind it, blah, 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 it's hard to get engaged.
I want them to release you know how like MVP, how many first place votes, how many second place votes, like someone gets?
Yeah.
They should do that for the Oscars. How many best picture, like how many voted for number one or second place?
Yeah,
and
that'd
rank
be
'em.
awesome.
Just to have some clarity of like what it is they're voting for and who thinks what is what. Because like, I don't know, there really is no transparency when it comes to it. All you just know is a bunch of people go and they vote and they tell you who won.
Right. Yeah, they should have that like broken down or like you said, like kind of have like show us how close the race was. Like, again, I'm going to just use these two for example, West Side Story and Coda. Maybe Coda just beat out West Side Story and we'll just see how close it was to the critics, to the voters of, maybe 1-2 right there by like how we have right now, like 0.2% is beaten out in the Teddy tournament that we have right now. So that'd be
I know
awesome.
the voting process, it's a system where if you get a bunch of second place options, you can win the whole thing. Like if your movie is being put first and then last and then first and then last, and then there's one movie that's second, that movie's going to win.
Like I don't think like if
So I don't know, but everyone keeps trying to come up with ideas to get more people to watch the Oscars. That ship has sailed.
I know.
You've opened
This is just for
Pandora's
me.
box. It's just the way it's. What they need to do is they need to double down on what the ceremony is. Keep going 4 hours. Air every category. Get a cringy and terrible comedian. People will come back eventually. This is how it's like gas prices at this point. You're not the number one top dog anymore. It's going to fluctuate. It's going to go up and down. Right now we're seeing a trajectory of downward. It will steady out. It will balance out. But it's not 1992 anymore. David Letterman's not running out and it's, wow, David Letterman, look at all these stars.
they used to throw a Billy Crystal out every year and people didn't care.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
It's just tough with the ratings, everything that's happened, people going to actually watch these movies in the movie theater. And I feel like the Netflix, Apple, Hulu kind of like movies kind of, it's I didn't see it in the big screen, so it kind of doesn't have that buzz that should win an award, like watching on a big ass, in the movie theaters. I feel like people actually take value to that. But it's going to come back,
days,
like you
there's
said.
so many options where it's just not surprising anymore that people aren't going to the theaters. Like you said, you're selling the theater experience. It's the only time you're going to be able to see that movie with that sound, with that picture quality on that big of a screen for 2 to 3 months, and then it's done. You can only watch it on TV. But for a lot of people these days, that's good enough.
Yeah.
When they see that the Batman's coming out on April 19th, even the Batman, like, yeah, I really want to see that, but I'll wait. And when I come home from work, I'll make a fucking bowl of popcorn. I'll get a Hershey's with almonds. That's what I do. And I'll put on the Batman.
Ew. So many options, and you go with Hershey's with almonds and popcorn?
Standard chocolate, popcorn, nuts.
Nah, I'll tell you what. Next time you watch a movie, Domino's, get a whole pie, get some chicken dippers.
Oh, that's awesome. I like
some
that.
breadsticks.
I love that approach.
Have yourself a day.
Domino's, no.
See, the thing
no.
is, you'll probably pass out halfway through the show.
It's so weird because like New York pizza is so good and it is much better than Domino's, but sometimes it's like
No, never. I totally disagree with you guys.
New York pizza.
No, with Domino's.
I know,
that
but I'm saying, like,
sometimes you want Domino's. No.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
no, you do.
Well, you guys also defend Applebee's, so you're just beyond
no, it's the ambiance.
saving. What the fuck? That's even worse.
It's about the experience.
I think the food is better than the ambiance.
It's about the experience.
And that's saying a lot.
Anything can happen at Applebee's.
True. You never know. Fist fight, Long Island
Yeah, I
iced
guess
tea.
if you want just pure trashy entertainment,
Yes.
sure. Applebee's is 5 stars on Yelp.
2 for $20 is a good deal too. But what I was talking about with like, I know where I can get the best hamburger, but sometimes I go to McDonald's.
It's just we are so spoiled.
Not even the same. Five Guys is so much more expensive than McDonald's.
And
So the best hamburger,
Domino's,
you
the 2 for $5.99 deal, or 2 or more.
Stupid. It's stupid.
You're losing money if you don't take that
Right.
deal.
well, I'm going to move us on from this topic because my
But
stomach's
line
starting
I
to get
won't
upset
draw,
just
I was at
talking about
7-Eleven this morning getting a coffee, and the guy's like, "Oh, there's a deal." He pointed to the sign. It's like for $3.14 Pie Day, you can buy a 7-Eleven pizza pie for $3.14.
Oh, today is Pie Day.
I was
Wow.
It's like, buddy, good job trying to sell it, but no, thank you.
I get a free muffin every day with my
your large
coffee.
coffee, yeah.
But I usually give them to my father.
Yeah, I don't eat the muffin.
I don't eat the muffin.
I don't
no.
take them. I'm like, I want like.
Well,
I
if it's
just wanna
free,
eat
it's
it.
for me. I'll take it. I'll figure it out whether I have to throw it at somebody or
Throw the muffins.
yeah, somebody pisses me off. I'll throw a muffin at them.
All right, last topic here. We're going on to the Better Call Saul Season 6 trailer reaction. We'll keep this short and sweet because these bums haven't watched Better Call Saul, even though they constantly tell me how good Breaking Bad is and Breaking Bad's such a great show. Any plans to watch it before Season 6, you guys?
Maybe.
Wow, it's a ringing endorsement. Okay. Well, the Season 6 trailer was very good. Obviously, where it picked off, crazy ending to Season 5, just right up there with all the Breaking Bad endings. Probably better. Better performances, better characters, cinematography, writing, narrative,
Yeah, but
music.
they got an advantage. They already got their fucking licks in with Breaking Bad. Now they know. All right.
Yeah, but one could
don't
argue
got your
that
confidence.
Saul Goodman's a more complicated and interesting character than Walter White.
See, I can't dispute you because I haven't watched it yet.
But you will.
I will.
Right.
I just something about like the Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad. It could be true, but I feel like the people who push that narrative just want to be different, or like just feel like they're better than you, or morally superior somehow.
That could be true.
Yeah, but I don't know.
But
I don't know until I watch it, and I probably will become one of those people if I like it.
no, it's very close. But the thing is, it's just someone made this point a while back that I loved. People comparing Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul are missing the point. It's two sides of the same story.
As Teddy would say, it's pretentious.
Right. Yeah.
Very
After he gets on Siri and figures out how to pronounce it.
And the meaning behind it.
That's very Prentious of you. But like I said, they really do work well, and I think that this... You all right?
When they were gonna catch Teddy saying something like aluminium, like why does he pronounce it like that? And it's because like he heard it from the British people and just never knew the American way to say it, and thinks it's normal.
I would be impressed, actually.
I can't even say it. That's a tough word to say.
Because that means he's reading.
Yeah, at least he's trying.
I don't like making fun
Hey,
of
give him a
Teddy.
chance.
You guys are mean.
You've, I think, interrupted 2 topics to just make fun of Teddy from a joke that was 5 minutes prior.
Well, be better.
Yeah, are you talking to yourself?
Teddy.
Oh, okay. Teddy, just improve. Yeah, if you don't want to be made fun of, right? All right, let's move to fan questions. Better Call Saul, very excited.
I did watch the trailer, though, by the way. I didn't watch the show. I watched the trailer.
I'm telling you, man, Lalo Salamanca, that's a bad motherfucker.
All right. I guess you said fan questions already, but
Goss is back.
just one question. Is this before Walter White gets into the picture?
Yes, it looks like season 6 is where he's becoming the Saul that Jesse knows of.
Okay.
In season 1.
Okay.
Yeah, he's starting to really
so
get
Jesse's
that rep.
going to be in this season. Are they going to surprise everybody with that?
Oh, I think that's definitely going to happen.
Because Jesse knows who he is, because he's the one who pushes Walt to go to
that's what I just said.
Oh, I was on my phone. People actually think I'm like a Snyder cultist, because I might restore to Snyder first.
Good. I'm glad.
No, I don't want to be
because you are.
Well,
Deep
if it
down,
walks
you
like
just,
a duck and it looks like a duck, it's a duck.
That's why I tried. I did
well, like a duck.
Never mind.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. That's pretty good. Go Tigers.
I miss that guy.
Coach O.
Coach O.
I miss Coach O. I was upset when he was fired. Haven't watched a game of college football in my life.
Me too.
All right, let's go to questions here.
That's for the fan to decide.
Yay! People, you call up to the show, you better be ready. That's what you're supposed to do. Sitting there arguing and you're trying to spell your name and all of this other stuff. It's not your show, it's my show. I'm giving you the opportunity to speak your mind. Don't call up here unless you got something to say.
Can we bring the noise with the questions today? I mean, are we going to have some good ones, or are we going to have some fan flops?
This is a good one here from Turnip Head. At Craig.
What a name. Damn you, Craig.
Rewatch, remake, erase.
Rewatch, remake, erase.
You got that?
Rewatch.
You got that? Because, okay. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars.
Remake Star Wars, rewatch.
The originals? Wow.
Rewatch Lord of the Rings.
I'm going to do...
You're going to Expecto Patronum, Harry Potter?
Yes, but not for the reason why you think.
Going to put it under the cloak? Oh, what are you going to take a political stance here?
Yes. I think introducing witchcraft to our children at such a young age is it corrupts the mind. And our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ didn't die for our sins for these people to push Hollywood elites to push witchcraft on our children.
I wish there was a spell to shut you up. I would rewatch Harry Potter, remake Lord of the Rings, and shit can Star Wars. Not for the reason that you think. It's the fan base that I fucking hate. I just want to get rid of
Harry
all
Potter
this.
fan base?
No, Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. Actually, no, my life would be a lot easier if that's Star Wars.
Get rid of them.
Twitter.
Boom, see ya.
That's the way I would go, too. I would rewatch Lord of the Rings, remake Harry Potter.
But, Harry Potter's, good or not. It's good. I don't think it has to be remade.
I would remake it into a show.
I said rewatch
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
You'd remake Lord of the Rings?
Yeah. So I could watch it a little shorter.
You're going to press me for remaking Harry Potter? You're not going to press him?
He just doesn't know better.
Yeah. I never watched Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Yeah.
you've never seen Lord of the Rings?
No.
So,
And I've...
like I said, I'm going to erase Star Wars because it's annoying. And I
Yeah.
think the world would have been better off without Star Wars
Yes.
as much as I like it.
I agree.
He's got a second group. Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, Sopranos. You got to remake Game of Thrones. You got to get it right. Oh my God, this is hard.
This is really hard.
I got to erase The Sopranos or break... No, I'm going to erase...
That's anti-Italian discrimination. Can't erase The Sopranos. I mean, picture the world without Italians. That's what you're doing.
No, I'm not erasing The Sopranos.
Then I'm erasing The Sopranos.
But I have to... What,
Coming
now,
from an Italian.
but if I even remake... I feel like I could remake The Sopranos.
What a fantastic question.
And then I'll... oh, fuck.
I'm erasing Breaking Bad so you don't stop talking about Better Call Saul.
Fair enough.
I guess I'm going to get blasted. Let's erase Game of Thrones. See ya.
Well,
We're not doing this podcast.
You have to either remake Breaking Bad or Sopranos. That's also... You're messing with masterpieces.
What do you... out of all...
That's like with Harry Potter, there are some things that you can sharpen up there.
Well, if you erase Harry Potter, you also erase J.K. Rowling.
Or no, maybe she becomes Prime Minister of the UK.
That's true.
Or maybe she's just still doing crack.
All right, let's go to the next question.
What do you think would change the world the most? Erasing
Star
one
Wars.
of...
Yeah, no, Star Wars would change the world. Because the impact that movie had on blockbuster filmmaking. Sopranos, yeah, maybe too. Maybe you don't get that golden age of television without The Sopranos, showing people, yeah, you can commit to this type of storytelling on TV. All right, this question here from Homero. What movie accurately describes your hometown? For me, it's Training Day, Set It Off, End of Watch, Heat, Blood in, Blood Out, Boys in the Hood. Where did you grow up? I know he's from
Jesus.
L.A., so shout out to Homero. What accurately describes Lindenhurst? I feel like, you know what? We haven't had our Stephen
time?
King.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Good time.
That may be a good one. Yeah.
I mean, it was filmed right around the corner.
I would say Step Brothers accurately captures
that's
what
a good one,
Lindenhurst
too.
No,
is.
because we just all quoted those movies. Like,
Yeah, but there's no movie that I think captures the shittiness of Long Island.
Sopranos captures what people think they are doing. Sopranos captures what our town thinks their town is like.
But yet where everybody loves Raymond.
Yeah, but
Like,
Yeah, I guess it's more sitcoms.
if Raymond had a heroin addiction,
Yeah, King of Queens. There you go.
yeah, that's a good
Okay.
one too. Yeah. But I love
movie,
Aaron's.
it's tough.
Good Time. I love Good Time. That
That's a
seems
good choice.
well, there's
yeah.
a movie, Adventureland,
Yeah. Shout out to
but it's
Adventureland.
actually not our Adventureland, so fuck that movie.
No, it's in Melville.
No, I think it's just a made-up Adventureland.
They recorded it in Melville.
No, the movie Adventureland,
Oh.
starring Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh. Okay.
This question here from Emmanuel Goldstein.
Goldstein.
What's your favorite opening scene to a film? For me, it's either got to be Sicario or Revenant.
He's
I mean-
fucking-
Sicario's an incredible opening scene.
Yeah,
The Dark Knight's a great one. The bank heist.
Inglourious Bastards to me. That just sets such a fucking talk about a tone.
Full Metal Jacket's a good one.
What's the opening scene in Full Metal Jacket?
It's going to like the boot camp, and the guy ends up, spoiler alert, kills himself in the bathroom.
It's not the opening scene. It happens like 45 minutes into the movie.
Well, it's still like carrying through.
The way you're trying to stretch
That's an
these
act.
quotes.
I mean, you
Yeah,
know.
she described an act.
All right, fine.
You're like,
All
you know what? When Sonny's killed in The Godfather. Because it's the domino effect. All the events lead to...
right.
I'll tell you what, my favorite... I love that opening of The Godfather, man. That slow pullback of the old man pleading for Don Corleone to get justice for his daughter. Love that frame.
No,
I'm
that's
still
such a...
considering it at the beginning. I go with my answer.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's Inglourious Bastards. I don't... That's just one of my favorite movies, and that scene just, like... You could say... You could just watch that scene like, yeah, Christoph Waltz is going to win the Oscar.
Step Brothers is a good one too. Speaking of, hilarious.
What's the first scene in Step Brothers?
It's like setting like the tone of it. You know, the wedding, the
Yeah. Shut up.
But what if I want
The
wings?
whole act as a scene.
Well, I mean, what is it? It's not like 45 minutes, like 20 minutes. That's nice open. Nice cold open.
But no, it is a good, it's a good movie.
Great movie.
Really good movie.
I'll tell you what, these fan questions, not bad.
There are some good ones here, but some of these questions are too good. Where I would have to really sit and think about an answer. Like, there's one here, most disturbing performance in a non-thriller horror film. I think you can even put Christoph Waltz in there. That first scene, you could say that's a disturbing-ass performance.
Oh, it's terribly disturbing. I think I talked about it last week, too, in Nocturnal Animals.
Thriller.
What did it say?
Non-thriller horror.
Is that a thriller?
There's one scene that actually fucks with me big time. It's comedy. Freddy got fingered. Have you guys ever seen that? The Tom Green movie?
Any SpongeBob scene? You ever
Fucking
see those weird
shatters
ones
his
going
leg.
around?
Disgusting. Yeah, that's
It's super disturbing.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That's a horror thriller.
Yeah, I guess so.
This is going to be one of those questions where the answer comes to me when I'm editing. It'll be like, that performance.
No, but Aaron Tyler Johnson, that movie, that opening scene on the road, holy shit! That's still it made me want to throw up. I don't think of
It's a good. These questions are awesome. Where the fuck have they been?
what's the most disturbing scene in like a musical when the Jets kind of like harass her?
You're just thinking of disturbing things. You got
Yeah.
a fucked up mind.
Well, I was just trying to think because he limited it to horror and thriller, so I was trying to think outside of that genre.
Question: did they do Officer Krumke?
Hell yeah!
Yeah,
They did?
yeah.
Okay.
Come on, man. It's not
yeah.
West Side Story without Officer
mean,
Krumke.
you know.
You should watch that. It's on HBO Max.
We'll do.
I think you'd like
And
it.
Disney Plus.
You haven't seen the Batman yet, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, I just finished Sheldon Ring, so
April 19th.
Sheldon Ring?
young Sheldon.
Young
Ring.
Sheldon
yes.
Ring.
Yes.
He'd probably be very good at that.
Fucking hate Young Sheldon. Hate the idea of Young Sheldon.
All right. This question here from Cooper Hudson. We'll take a couple more. Where does Pattinson rank amongst all other Batmans? Is he number one? For me, yeah, he's number one. Marissa made this point about Spider-Man that there's never going to be an interpretation of Spider-Man that's perfect for her because it's never going to fit her vision of what the character is. I think everyone has their own idea, if you're really into Batman, of what Batman should be. Like Aaron watches it and says, man, I would love those white eyes. Somebody else would watch it and say, oh, they don't work in live action. Or I want Batman to do this. I want Batman to do that. This is the closest that I've seen in live action to what my Batman would be. So that's why he's number one for me.
Definitely. I agree. It sucks because, like, obviously we didn't get enough Ben Affleck Batman to make that this, like, he never had his own movie, bits and pieces, and totally different tonal wise, and just kind of different characters at points. And when
I love Ben Affleck's Batman.
Me too.
Yeah.
And it sucks because, like, we never really got to see that version really fleshed out because he was my number one beforehand. But Pattinson, every aspect of that character that, like, my interpretation, what I want to see on screen, from the storytelling to the way the character acts and the way he feels and the way he maneuvers around in the setting, he is all around just the best Batman. Bruce Wayne, we really haven't seen Bruce Wayne yet, and that's what Matt Reeves said, and I kind of like the way they did that. But yeah, it's hard to say like the best Batman movie and not say he's the best Batman. Well, best, like, quote unquote Batman movie featuring Batman that goes into what I like about Batman.
I'm sure I'm going to agree because it's Bobby Pat, so that's my boy. So I have a Robert Pattinson blanket.
Why?
This question here from Neeson Nato. Where does Irwin's speech in Attack on Titan rank amongst all-time battle speeches?
It's a good fucking speech.
This is why you should watch Attack on Titan, just for this fucking speech. This is a Braveheart speech. I would say this eclipses Braveheart.
But Braveheart's, like, the fact that you said it's a Braveheart speech, I think
Braveheart's the guy.
Yeah.
Braveheart's the one. It's in that room. The Irwin speech could take Braveheart out to dinner. He could pick up the check every now and then.
Really?
That's how it's, dude. Just thinking about it right now makes me want to watch those 3 episodes.
So it's going to make me want to bench press.
If he went to the like William Wallace went to the bathroom and the check happened to come, he could pay for it.
Yeah. Okay. And Braveheart wouldn't be offended.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like Soprano.
It wouldn't be like, oh, fuck. Like,
no alligator
He wouldn't
arms?
wait for him to get back to be like, oh, so what are we doing? We're splitting. He's like, I got it.
Yeah, he's got it.
It's already paid. I put the card down.
Do you get next one?
Wow. All right. So, I mean, like I said, I thought we would make a compromise if you guys played Elden Ring and I would watch Attack on Titan, but
now you're just going to watch it on your own?
Sure.
What are some other good speeches? The King speech, but that's a different vein.
Jon Snow in Game of Thrones Season 5, Hardhome. That's my favorite Game of Thrones speech.
That's a skill, like delivering a good speech.
I'm not asking you to forget you're dead.
It is a talent. Because you could lose the room very quickly. If you don't nail that speech, you're dead.
I always think about that. Like, if I'm in a situation where I have to make a motivational speech and I just fuck it up.
But a good war speech, like to inspire.
Independence Day, that's a great speech.
Yes. Like thousands of people to like, yeah, I'm going to go die. I'm going to go try to fight and die.
Yeah, because
if it's speech, you put a lame speech, people are like, fuck this, I'm going home. I don't want to fight for this guy.
That's why the Irwin speech is so good.
Yeah.
Because of it wasn't that it was just well written and impassioned. He needed to make that speech convincingly.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why it's become so legendary, because of how important it actually was to the narrative. But it's such a good fucking speech. Any Given Sunday, Al Pacino, that's a famous one.
Inches. That's the speech he gives.
It's a game of inches.
Mm-hmm.
But just imagine, you absolutely biff like a terrible like.
All right, guys.
Look, did anyone stretch? Did you guys stretch?
I'm not gonna bullshit you here. Odds are against this.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
like, oh fuck, we're dead. Imagine that feeling. Oh fuck, I am so gonna die.
That's like Lord Farquaad on Shrek. Many of you will die. It's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Yeah, that's
It's also streaming on Netflix.
What, Shrek?
Yeah.
Shrek and Shrek 2.
Oh,
Shrek marathon? Question mark?
Shrekathon.
Oh,
That's good stuff. All right, we'll take one more question.
I would actually like to ask a personal question.
Shrek was a fucking...
Last question from Nash. There you
Well,
go.
like, can I
Massively
do it after, or
popular.
do you want?
No,
could it be
we'll,
personal?
we'll do it last question. There you go.
Last question.
Yeah,
I feel
goes
bad
to
to the
Nash.
person that
It was going to be indica or sativa.
Okay. Well,
A little bit of both.
so I don't know if you guys recently just heard that Jim Boeheim's wife got robbed by a 12-year-old.
Oh, I haven't heard.
Did you guys hear about this?
No.
She was at the mall and in the
I
parking
literally
lot.
never know what's going to come out of your mouth, man.
Well, it got me thinking that if a 12-year-old pulled a gun out on you,
He's doing a full court press.
oh God. Well, are you hitting the kid or what are you doing in that situation?
If anyone has a gun on me,
No, but I
I
know
feel like a kid with a gun is so much more unpredictable,
it's
too.
very dangerous.
they don't know.
They're just
Yeah.
so reckless.
Can't speak to their, their humanity because they probably don't have any yet.
Exactly.
All kids are
So
monsters.
yeah, so 12-year-old kid.
Yeah, you appeal to the kid in a person who's holding a gun on you. If it's a kid, what do you appeal to?
The baby?
Yeah,
Babies are dumb.
yeah. You want a Tootsie Roll?
Yeah. No. So what do you do in that situation?
No, you're saying, like, if I had the opportunity to hurt the kid, would I hurt the kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, 100%.
So you're hitting the
a
kid?
12-year-old pulls a gun on me? I give him a couple extra licks, too.
no, because I understand where you're coming from, but
I mean, honestly, what did he steal?
I think he took her money and stuff. I forgot.
Who carries cash on them? He's like, here's my card, kid.
And he won't know.
Hello,
anybody.
bank?
Yeah.
It's fucking,
Well, I'll call up right in
some
front of you.
8-year-old just robbed me with a gun. Can
But
you just
it's
cancel
a
my
very
card,
dangerous
please?
situation because, I guess it depends how close the kid was too. Like, if you make a sudden move, he just bop, accidentally. But it ended. It all
hit him
turned
with a-
out to be. Yeah, it just hit him with a
It's
nice.
that dude that's
was
always
funny
making
move.
those.
It's like all those years of being a basketball coach's wife pays off. Hit him with a fucking sick hezzy.
Euro
Breaks the
step
kid's
around the
ankles.
kid.
spin move, yeah.
It actually turned out to be a fake gun, but
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's scary in that situation to think, you got a gun pulled out on you. But a lot of people just no hesitation. Like,
Dude, you know the videos of the guy that's always doing the self-defense and
Yeah.
he's always like this?
yeah, he was with Kate
You
Cunningham the
didn't
other
take
day.
those lessons.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, no, because a lot of people, no hesitation, just saying, I'm just going to absolutely beat the piss out of this kid.
Oh, 100%, yeah. I think there's a part of
Like,
every
people-
adult that wants to
people
punch
like
a kid.
that, never probably had a gun on them. I feel like that would be scary.
Oh no, I'd be scared shitless. But in this scenario, it seems like there's an opening.
There's an
for me to
opening,
hurt
like-
the kid
right.
and get out.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
let's say you're
I,
handing over something, you're getting close, and then you could grab his wrist or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
or
if I
yeah.
see my
no.
chance, well,
Yeah, knee to the gut.
I'm going chop to the throat.
You're gonna kill him.
No, chop to the throat.
On that note, yeah, we'll blank that out and I'll do my outro. Thank you for listening to the Nerd 2 podcast. For Aaron the Nerd 2 Monkey and Anthony JQ Nash, I am Bo Oliver. Make sure you're on Twitter liking all of those polls. So for this tournament, for this region, probably should have said that at the beginning. We'll be giving away a 4K copy of Into the Spider-Verse. Of
Wow,
course.
nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
In honor of the
Can we sign it?
Spider-Verse region. No, we're not gonna
Why?
mess up that 4K.
No, the cover. Or
Yeah,
put
the
like a little
plastic.
sticky note on it.
Little sticky note. Here's our signatures.
Yeah, there you go.
You can press them on the cover if you want. Play-Doh. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week. Peace.
Praise.
You continue to gross me out more and more every
That's
time
all
I'm
right.
with you. Damn, we were making some good points in that video. Hey guys, Aaron the Nerd Suit Monkey here. Before we end this video, I want to give a quick shout out to our Patreon supporters. What can I say about you guys that I haven't already said about myself? You are the most important part of the channel and the main reason we keep going strong. Like Bo says, you keep the lights on in the fridge so the fridge is full. Or something like that. So, from everyone here at Nerd Soup, I'd like to thank you guys for your continued support. If you're interested in joining the ranks of our patron supporters, head over to patreon.com/nerdsoup and check out the rewards we offer to our patrons. We recently dropped some new stickers for you guys to check out, or you could choose a tier that will allow you to select a movie, show, or video game for us to review. We've got a full slate of fan-suggested reviews coming your way, and we're really excited about the chance to review some of those movies and shows. We've also got t-shirts, mugs, behind-the-scenes videos showing how we bring our videos to life. And once again, thank you to all our Patreon pledgers who have been supporting us throughout the years. Without you, we wouldn't be able to convert all your pledges into cryptocurrency, so thank you from my future self for making us rich.